Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks with me, Katy. This is where we lift the lid on what entrepreneurs are really going through. The struggles, the myths, the mistakes, and the things we've been sold to. This is where we talk about how we balance business and life. This isn't another podcast teaching strategy. This is where we talk about the raw, real truth about female entrepreneurship and what it really means to run a business and life and combine both of them together. Running a business as a woman isn't harder, it's just different. And it's time we talk about this. There is no cap on what we can achieve, because behind every business, there's the stuff no one dares to talk out loud. Welcome to another episode of Katy's Corner. So today I want to speak to you about how COVID saved my family and changed my definition of freedom, really. So if pre-COVID, if you would have asked me what is my definition of freedom, I would have answered in one word: money. Financial freedom. That was always the goal. It was that X amount in the bank account every month. It's like, I need to make this kind of money to do whatever I want. It was all about the financials, it was all about the revenue, it was all about the black numbers. But what really happened to me, and this may be an emotional episode, so bear with me here. But pre-COVID, I had my life pretty much turned upside down. We had an extreme tragic event happening to our family, which no one could prepare me for. And I remembered the sentence my mum always used to say to me. She always used to say, when I was growing up, used to say, Katy can do it. But this time, I was pretty sure I can't do it. So what that event meant for me as a businesswoman and a mum, I had to take my foot off the pedal when it came to my business, because my family needed 100% of my attention. And I really struggled with this. Because my business wasn't set up in a way that it could function without me. So what did I do? I kept still chasing the numbers. I kept chasing the revenue. I kept chasing this freedom of money. And really, if I'm being honest with me, maybe it was even an escape mechanism for me. It was just easier to do this. And I didn't want to fail. I didn't want this event, what happened to us, make me fail in something which I've worked so hard for. And then COVID happened. And as a business, I had to shut down. The nature, you may think, okay, you had a cleaning business. Those cleaning businesses went viral. They had lots of work. My business was mainly domestic cleaning. So I had a lot of vulnerable clients, a lot of elderly clients. I actually made the decision to shut my business on the Sunday night before it was announced that we're going into lockdown on the Monday, because I thought at the time it was the right thing to do. And also I thought it's going to last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks max. And I thought I could really do with a little bit of a break. So let's just do the right thing, use this time to have a little bit of a break, and then we're reopening again. Obviously, that wasn't how it worked. It was a long time. And I noticed not a lot of people can resonate with this, but some of you will. COVID for me was a great time. It came at the right time, and it was, for us as a family, the best time we could have had. It was the first time in 20 years my husband was able to work from home. My daughter was homeschooled prior COVID, so our setup was already there with homeschooling. And it gave us the time to reconnect. It gave us the time to stop and reconnect and really focus on what's really important. Because I didn't have to juggle work and this family tragedy at the same time. So it really gave me time to reconnect to what's really important and to reconnect to my why. So COVID for me was a time where I, one of the sudden, thought, this thing I thought I can never get over it or I can never deal with it, it actually made it more palatable and more doable. And I suddenly could see a way out and a way of dealing with this. And here we go. Tissues are coming in. So for me, it was a hard time, but it was a good time. Because what it did is it changed my whole view on what freedom really meant. So when lockdown ended, I had a choice to make. Do I go back and reopen my business and give it a good go? Or don't I? Guess what? I did. I did go back. I reopened my business. But ultimately and very quickly, I remembered what changed for me. And freedom was no longer money. Freedom was, to me, freedom was choice. And I've made the choice, which I should have made a long time ago, but I finally made a choice to put myself first. And reopening my business wasn't the right choice for me. It wasn't aligning with my values anymore. It wasn't aligning with my situation and my why anymore. So ultimately, I did make the decision to close down my business, which took me a while, and it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. But looking back, it was the best decision I could have ever made. It gave me time to finally put myself first. I could finally concentrate on my health, my physical health, my mental health, which both of them were down the dumpsters at the time, to say the least. I could finally concentrate on those hard times, which I did concentrate before, but not fully. I could be present more, and I could just do what needed to be done. I could sit within the sorrow. I could allow myself to actually be me, and I could see that my why, the why you're starting your business, has changed. I evolved, my situation evolved, life wasn't the same than before, and my why changed. And this is a mistake many entrepreneurs make, and I certainly have made. It's like we start our businesses for a reason. We all have a reason. For me, it was financial freedom, amongst other little reasons. But we miss the point where things change, where our why changes, and which means we're missing the point to really align with our mission. And that was a hard pill to swallow for me, but it was the best thing to do. So my view of freedom has definitely changed. And let me ask you this question. What does freedom to you look like? Are you chasing someone else's version of success? Or are you really chasing what freedom means to you? And the reason why this is so important, and why I want you to really, really think about this and answer that question is for yourself, is because it makes all the difference. It will make a difference about how you're showing up for yourself, how you show up for your family, for the people around you, and most importantly, how you will show up for your business. It affects your decision making, it affects your way of looking at things. It affects the way you feel about life, feel about your business and yourself. And this is really where, on the back of it, I fell into what I'm doing now. Like a lot of people say to me, oh, but I need XYZ business strategy. And yes, you do. And I can give you killer business strategy. I was running a very successful business. So numbers don't scare me. We can get your numbers up, no problem. But I really had to learn that freedom is not financial freedom, or what we think financial freedom isn't really what it is. Freedom of choice, making the choice of how your day is going to be today. Making a choice of what decisions are you actually going to make. This is so much more valuable than freedom, like financial freedom, ever will be. So when you redefine freedom for yourself, everything changes. And what you really need is not another strategy or an employee. You need clarity. And to get clarity, you have to ask yourself one question. What does freedom really mean to you? Thank you for listening to the Unshakable Talks. And I've got a very, very special invitation for you today. On the 29th of November, I'm hosting a really special event in London. And this is not another networking event where you've been pitched to. So there's not a sales event dressed in sequence. This is an event where it's all about true connections and true collaborations for female entrepreneurs. And it is about celebrating yourself with people who understand what it means to go for the female entrepreneurship. This is not just a dinner. This doesn't just stop when the last cocktail has been drunk. This is part of my mission to bring together an exclusive group of women who are there to really collaborate and support each other. Head into the link into my show notes to purchase a ticket today.